it's Monday today. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Rebecca Bailey and I do videos on about Italy, lifestyle, beauty, etc, etc. Alright, so in this video I'm going to talk about, it's going to be a quick one, okay, but it's very important because it's something that you need to know and you need to be aware of. Alright, let me fix the camera because I'm going to tell you something very important, okay. Alright, so it's about knowing when to, I wouldn't say give up, but knowing when something is not working for you, okay? So you might come to Italy, okay, and you might even visit the city that you want to live in. You might have visited it for a week or 2 weeks, and when you went to the city, it was the best city in the world and it was wonderful when you visited the city. But then when you arrive in the city and you come to work and live, it's always something different. Come to visit, come to live, two different things, okay? Holiday is very different. So you might find yourself in a situation where you've arrived in a new city, 2 months later it isn't what you expected it to be. This dream of living in Italy is actually a disaster. It's just too hard, it's too difficult, it's just not what you envisioned for yourself. So along the way, along my journey of almost 4 years being in Italy, I have noticed that there's a lot of people that are really struggling here or have struggled here, and not only personally, that people that I know as expats, also I mean like online YouTubers as well who live in Italy, and you can see that they're struggling. You can see that their mental health has been tested a lot, but they really want to stay in Italy or the city that they're in. But my thing is when you come here, you have to write down what your aims are, especially if you want to live here full-time. You want to make this a reality and you want to live here forever, for example, or in this chosen city forever. You have to write down what you want and what your expectations are, what your aims are, and if your aims are not met, what is your priority? Okay, number one, my priority here is to come here and live a healthier life, meet new people, what else can I say, you know, eat more fruit, meet a partner, you know, that's your criteria, all right? And if some of the most important things when you move to that city are not being met, or when you move to Italy are not being met, you have to ask yourself the questions like, is this place good for me? Am I enjoying it here? Do I actually even like living here? Okay? So there are questions that you have to ask yourself. All right. So I mentioned already in another video, please go and watch that video about my story when I was teaching in Sicily, sorry. I liked the location. It was right next to the sea. I didn't particularly like the job. There was something just not right about it. There's a few things that were off. Anyway, if the job was okay, maybe everything else would have fallen into place, but the job wasn't fine and the town was a bit small. So in terms of meeting somebody or socializing, my pool was quite narrow, so that I had that in mind, and I was clocking up these things within like my first weeks there, okay? But obviously you've got to give it some time. So anyway, it didn't work out for me there. So while I was even there, I was thinking to myself, I just knew it wasn't going to work out. Even in terms of the job wasn't going well. You have to be active and you have to be on your feet. You have to be thinking. And I thought to myself, okay, I want to move to the centre. I want to move to Palermo. This is where I want to go. I want to look for some houses in Palermo, and I want to see if there's any jobs. I went for a job interview in Palermo, and I got the job. But I thought to myself, I just felt like this isn't the time. And then anyway, my destiny ended up taking me to Barcelona, where I lived for a while, and then actually went back home because I just knew it wasn't working for me. It wasn't the time. And then I ended up going back home because I thought to myself, let me go back home and restock and rethink about this and take, you know, just think, all right? I've got the option, I can go home, let me go home and think. So I went to Barcelona. That was also a thinking time and also a really, really fun time. And then after that, I directed myself back home. And when I went back home, I had time to just kind of like center myself and think about what I want. And I realized in that moment, I do want to be in Italy. I realized I do want to be in Italy, and my goals and my vision became a little clearer. So I said, now I need to plan to go back, okay? So that was my plan. I took my time. I wasn't like rush. I left Barcelona, no wait, I went back into the UK for like, I think it could have been a good 3 months in between, okay? 3 or 4 months in between coming back to Italy. Anyway, my point is have your criteria of what you want to meet, top things that need to be met when you come to Italy, okay? And when you come to your particular city, if it's not being met, what can you do? If you are somebody that was a professional, you had a big job in marketing, and you come here and you're teaching English, I don't know if that's personally going to fulfill you, okay? You're in a city and you're teaching English, and you come here and you realize that teaching English is very, very difficult, and you're starting to yearn and churn for your job, your old job, but there's no job opportunities where in the city that you've moved to in your field. You have to ask yourself, is this worth it? Is it worth it? And my career development, am I going to be able to develop in my career? And these are very important questions, especially guys in terms of career. If you want to progress in a career, or if you want to do something, or even if you want to go into the field that you work in your home country, it's going to be difficult to get a job in that area. It's not impossible, of course not. Many people do, but even in terms of going higher up the chain, I don't know if it's that easy, to be honest with you. And also here, I noticed, I'm gonna say there's, I don't know, I'm 33 years old. I'm gonna be 34 next year, but I'm seen as young. I'm seen as young in Italy. So if you're young, and if you're younger than 30, you're younger than 34 years old. I won't say you're not going to be taken seriously, but you're seen as young. You make of that what you want. You make of that what you want. In the UK, you can be in a big time position and you could be 24 years old, 25 years old, 26 years old. You will still get stick for it, but or people will treat you in some type of way because you are young in the workplace, and they don't want anybody talking to you over, talking over them, or bossing them around. But here, I don't know if you'll even have the opportunity to get the job. That's my point. Anyway, I've not got any facts and figures on that. That's just my assumptions and what I've heard, all right, about the workplace and professionals in the workplace, and some of my friends or friends that have told me about the situation. They've gone to get promotions, and people are like, oh, you're just so young. You're just so young. No, I'm not young. I'm 30. I'm 33 years old. I'm really not that young for a promotion. So anyway, I digress. So have your goals in mind and think about, I think this comes with planning and visiting the cities first, okay? And when you come here, don't get tied down by getting a big apartment and signing yourself up for anything long term. When you come here, you take it easy. First, come to the city, look around the city. I didn't do that, by the way, but I'm advising you. I want you to be better than me, guys. Come to the city, look around the city, breathe in the air, see if you like it. Go around, see what the demographics are, see what the unemployment rate is like. See if there's any men or women, enough single people in the city. If you're single and you're looking, just check it out. See if it's the culture, the vibe is right. See if it's multicultural enough for you. See if it's multicultural enough, especially if you're a person of color. You want to be in a city where you do see some people of color. Do you know what I mean? So that you do feel comfortable where you are. It's not always a must. When I was in Sicily, that wasn't the case, but and I felt okay there. But that's for another video. I'm going to talk to you about being the only black in the room all the time. All right, so know when to give up, because listen, your mental health is very, very, very important, and there's no point in pushing when something is just not working for you. And many people push, and it's just literally not working. It's literally not working for them. I would say when I moved here to Torino, the beginning few months, I was like, I'm not sure. I remember being on the phone to my sister and saying to her, I'm not sure about this city. I'm analysing it. I'm getting a feel of it. And I said to her, I was never in Italy. I never stayed in Italy before in the summer, and I came in April. And then I was working hard for some months, and then the summer hit, and I didn't understand really what was going on so much with the summer and the city being as empty as it was. I knew that Italians have a break in August. I did research that before I came, but I didn't know it was going to be to the extent that it was. I just didn't understand everything, okay? And that's, again, you have to do your research. So Italy was dead, and it was completely dead. I went to go to shops, I went to do paperwork, and everything was just so difficult, guys. Things were closed, and for somebody that's new to a city, all this that was happening to me, that appeared to be happening, all that was going on, and all the struggles that were there, were present with the shops being closed, it just made my time harder. But if I originally knew that this was going to happen, it would have made I would have been like, oh okay, you know, oh okay, nothing is open, or things are open half time, things are open this time. Do you understand what I mean? So just be mindful of that. So yeah, as I was saying, when I came here, I said to my sister, I don't know. I looked around at the men. I was like, I don't know. I just don't know. There's a lot of young students around in terms of socializing. I've been socializing, but I just don't know. You know, that's what I was like. And she said, okay, Rebecca, this is just now, but just see it out, see it out, and you know, when you have friends and you have a boyfriend and whatever, things will be different. You'd have probably a different perspective on the city. And I was like, okay, well, I saw it out for a while, and then so that was in April. I came in April, and then the summer, like August, September, I was like, okay, I was getting more of a feeling of the city. I was like, all right, I can do this, I can do the city, I quite like the city. So you have to give it some time, okay? Remember, you have to give it some time. And then after, unless you really don't like it, okay? But give it some time. And then after, I was like, okay, I can do this. And then I met my boyfriend. It just made life easier. And then, you know, he was my reason to stay, because I was looking at thinking maybe I can go to Milan, because there's more job opportunities in Milan. But I was ready, you know? I was ready. If I had to move, I was going to move. I wasn't going to stay somewhere where I was going to be unhappy, or I felt it didn't gel with me, okay? So that's my tip for you. Don't do what I did. Do better than what I did. That's my thing for you. And you know, guys, honestly, it can be moving abroad is hard, okay? Moving to a city that you completely don't like and staying there for years, it will be even harder. So I would say keep your options open, have a couple of cities in mind, go and visit the cities that you have in mind, and then move. When you do move, stay only for a short period. When you do move, don't sign up anything full time, long term. Just take your time, analyze the city, does it meet your goals, and then make your decision from there, okay? If you need to, go back home and restock, and then come back again. Collect money, do whatever you need to do, and then come back again. And I got this idea for this video from another YouTuber. She lives in, she's from the States, and I was watching her YouTube videos, and she mentioned the same thing, and I was like, wow, this is such an important point that I need to share. Her name is Kenya, and she's from, where's she from? She's from the States, but she lives in Rome. So, you know, go and check out her channel. Kenya in Rome, I think her channel's called. So, yeah, guys, that's basically it for me, all right? So, just protect your mental health and just do what's best for you, okay? Especially in terms of career-wise, all right? You need to make sure that you have a career. Your career, in some ways it will take a back step, guys. I can't lie, in some senses, but you have to be prepared for that. It kind of like, does it weigh up, you know? Does it weigh up? If I'm in the UK and I'm on 25,000, and I come here and I'm on 20,000, but my lifestyle is good, I've met somebody really nice, blah 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 blah, the weather's nice, okay, it kind of weighs up. All right, okay then, guys, well, thank you for watching this video. I rambled a little bit, but I tried to get all my points out. All right, any questions, please go ahead and ask. All right, and it's not a failure if you do have to go back home. If anybody's watching this video and they're thinking, oh, it's the beginning of the year, this COVID situation, should I go back home, what should I do? you're not a failure if you go back home. I went back home. I've been back home many times in the past. When I went to university, I went back home. I lived in Australia, I went back home. I used my home, my house, my parents' house as a base, okay? And then I, you know, I did this. Don't be ashamed, because anybody that's judging you wish they could do what you can do, okay? Okay guys, I forgot to add this before. Please go over to my website, www.rebeabailey.com. I have a blog post over there named 5 reasons why you are scared to move to Italy. And on that list, on that blog post, there's all the reasons why you might be scared to move to Italy with solutions, with the problem being solved. I solve the problem for you. I give you some tips and some hints over there. Please go over there and show my blog some love, guys. Go over there, press on some links, and just touch things on my website, guys. Why? Because I need Google to love me. All right then, guys. Thank you very much for watching again. Bye.